All right, hello, welcome to the 3D Game Lab tutorial and tour. My name is Mr. Alex King, and I will be your tour guide today for the 3D Game Lab. Your student will be using Game Lab this year in science class, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour explaining some terminology, the reward system, the incentives, the gamer tag, the gamer card, what XP is, things of that nature. I'll also be explaining as we go kind of what the reasoning is behind doing 3D Game Lab instead of our traditional method of instruction. So first of all, guys, this is an online-based product. It is produced by the Boise State University professors. They decided that they went through a lot of other systems looking for stuff like Blackboard, Angel, My Big Campus, stuff like that, to see what they thought might work to gamify their classrooms. Everything was pretty good, but they didn't have all the elements that they liked. So they got a programmer to help them out, and they designed this 3D Game Lab. So let's go ahead and go on in. To start things off, the actual address for this is www.3dgamelab.org, or .com, I'm sorry, and then you log in screen. So this is what your kids will see, and they should be able to show you everything I'm about to do. After a few weeks of learning, they will know how to show it all to you. I'm giving you a brief overview for your own sake. I sign in. Now, your kids are going to have a really interesting thing. My name is just A King. That's kind of boring. But your students are going to be able to pick a gamer tag. It's going to be whatever they kind of want. If they have an Xbox or a PlayStation, they may already have a gamer tag, and so they can use it here if they want. They could choose a new identity if they so desire. As you can see, mine is just A King, and my avatar right now is just a little worm. And so they're going to be able to choose the same thing. It's going to have a picture they can choose for that. Now, we're going to name things a little differently than you would in a traditional classroom because we want the kids to feel like they're kind of in a video game. For the sake of this video, I'm doing the bones and the muscles. That was the first unit that I taught this year, or will be teaching. And we start off with our quests. Everything that I would have normally done in the classroom, all the lessons that I would teach. Let's say on the first day I would do a little brain pop video online and show that to the kids and then quiz them over it just for fun. Then I'm going to possibly do some bone notes and then maybe do a follow-up video that I created myself. So in one class period, I might do 3 different activities or 3 different lessons. In here, we call them quests. And each one of those quests would be represented by a different square, a different rectangle here. So your kids are going to end up having, in this unit, there are about 30 quests that they will do. And it may take them anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And the great thing about this is that they are able to keep track of their own progress. They're able to keep track of all the ones that are available to them right now, and then the ones that they have completed. So as you can see, I've already completed a few just to give you an idea of what that looks like. So I've got 7 quests that I've completed. They have different names, different icons, XP, which we'll talk about in a little bit, average time for each one of them, the ratings that other kids have given it, the category, and what day I completed them on. So these are the tabs at the top that they're going to be clicking on. When they come into class every day, they're going to see the available, or if they started one yesterday, they'll see one in progress. But the cool thing, like I said, they get to do this at their own pace. They get choice, so it makes them feel like they have a say in what they're learning. I have set up a tiered system that I am also teaching to all the other science staff members. There's a tiered system of levels as they go up. So they may start the Game Lab off with only 3 or 4 of these quests in this group here. And as they do them, it may unlock other quests. Now, they may never do this brain pop joints. They may never do it. But there's lots of other information on joints. As you can see here, there's another one that's let's meet at the hip joint. And there's a what's in a word. This one's notes, so it'll talk about joints. And this one's vocabulary, so it might talk about joints as well. They're going to get the information even if they don't do every single task. But I will tell you, most kids are 100%ers. They like to do every single task possible because they want those experience points. So let's take a look here. Let's just look at the other buttons that you see here. I've mentioned XP a couple times, or experience points. Up at the top here, you see two bars, kind of different sizes. The bottom one is my rank. So in a video game, if you're playing a video game, you start with 0 experience. It's much like the kids coming into my classroom. They literally have no experience in my classroom. They don't know what to expect. Maybe they've talked to friends. Maybe they do have a little bit of experience. But they come in not knowing what to do and how to do it yet. Well, as they learn, as they sit in my room, they're going to get experience, right? If they do work, they're going to get even more experience. If they get up and start doing stuff in labs and things, they're going to get even more experience. Well, that's what this is. This idea of XP is experience points. As I have assigned different point values to different assignments, depending on the length of the assignment or the rigor of the assignment or what they actually are going to learn from it. So the kids want to keep track of that. Right now, as you can see up here, this is my level. I'm a cyclist. Everyone that starts Bones and Muscles starts as a couch potato. That's their original level because right now they haven't gotten off the couch. They don't have any experience yet. Cyclist is actually the next level up. And then it progressively gets, the levels go through different sports and attitudes and like all-stars and stuff like that. So that's just for the Bones and Muscles levels. As they go up, this rank right here will go up. As you can see, it's 150 points out of 300. I want to get 300 points because that'll take me to my next rank. So cyclist will change and I'll become maybe a basketball all-star or a tennis pro or something like that. The top row is for the entire unit. So right now in the unit, I have a total of 450 points out of an available 1,800. Now, 1,800 should show that your kid has an A, because that means they've done pretty much all of the assignments or a bunch of them. Now, there's actually, I'll be truthful with all you parents, there's actually 2,300 points available to them. Some of those are bonus levels. Like this one right here, you see it says bonus, your directorial debut. That's worth an extra 100 points that's not in the 800 total, because this is like a extra credit work or something like that. Gives them bonus knowledge that doesn't have to pertain to Bones and Muscles, but sometimes is just gives them a little extra experience in doing something brand new. Over here on the left, your kids are going to automatically be opened up to the quests, which is what you see here. Let's take a look at the rewards. This is one of the incentive programs that we have for the kids. They have all these badges. This is kind of taken from Xbox Live or the PlayStation version of that, where when you buy a new video game and you start playing it, you can go into the system and see what achievements can I get. What do I have to do? Every game has their levels. So when you beat a certain boss or you beat a level, you get a badge or an achievement in the video games. Here you have the same thing. Right now I'm a cyclist. When I get to my next level, I'll become a swimmer. I can click on that and it'll tell me what my icon is going to look like. And look, the requirement is rank has to be a swimmer. So when I get that extra 150 points up here, I'll become a swimmer. And then I got tennis star and basketball all-star, martial arts expert, and Olympic runner. Down below, these are achievements that I have to actually do something special for. So this first one, director. If I click on that, I can get a director achievement. But it says here to do that, my requirement is the quest that's called bonus, your directorial debut. So if I do that, I'm automatically going to get this achievement. It's pretty cool. It's going to make your kids want to do more than they would normally do in the classroom, or at least give them possibly that extra incentive to get some more extra things done. Down below at the bottom, these awards are given out by teachers. These are teacher-given awards. So I can get a Mario coin, which is your basic award. It also gives me extra XP if I do that. I can get a 1-up mushroom, which is the next level up. Again, it gives me another 50 XP. And a real superhero, and these are really hard to come by. That means you really did something super duper that is just way out of the ordinary. The Mario coin and the mushroom, for me in my classroom, it would be something like, you know, I've been getting 1-sentence responses from all the kids, but your student gave me 3 or 4 sentences and really showed me that they understood the information, I might give them a Mario coin. If they helped another student and got in, as a group, they did a fabulous job and it was way over what I thought they could do, then a 1-up mushroom might be what they get for that. So let's go back to the quests and take a look at what one of these quests might look like and what your kid is going to be doing in the class. So let's take a look at bones on the brain. This is not one that most kids would choose right off the bat, mainly because the icon looks like a pad of paper. I've denoted these as notes so that they know, I'm going to take some notes. Now this one's worth 100 points, so that might right there convince the kids to go ahead and do it. The time here shows that this takes about 20 minutes or so, so make sure you have that allotted time. If not, you can still start the quest and then you can finish it tomorrow, just so you know. Most kids are going to choose these brain pops right away because they know what brain pop is. It's a video. So let's go ahead and start this quest and just see what it looks like. So I hit start, and here are my instructions. Very short instructions, short and sweet. Open up your Brain Pop app and watch the joints video. When you're finished watching, take the quiz. And then for the submission, they tell me what they got in the quiz. Now, we've upped the ante a little bit on this one. We've actually, since I have made this, we've actually decided to change this a little bit. We are now going to make them take the quiz until they master it. Then they're going to take a screenshot, which we're teaching the kids. You press both buttons on your iPad, takes a screenshot with your name on it, and then you submit the picture to us to make sure that you actually achieved mastery of the information in the video. And that's kind of what we're going for here. We're going for more mastery learning rather than what do you get wrong all the time. So a lot of their quizzes are going to be the same way. They're going to be mastery quizzes. All right, let's go back. Let's drop this quest. I'm just going to put it back in my available. Go on the bones on the brain. Now I'll show you something here. This is what a lot of the lessons look like. It'll have a description. Get the bones worksheet from the mailbox. Now I'm doing almost everything digital. Your teachers may choose to do a worksheet that they can bring home and study from. They may choose to do it in Notability on their iPads, which they can also bring home and study from. They're going to fill in the notes as they watch the video. So there's a video here of me, Mr. King, explaining the notes that we used to do on a PowerPoint, which that's all this is. It's just a PowerPoint that I'm talking about. When they're all done, it says to write your favorite fact that you've learned about the bones, or at least a kind of interesting one, and send a picture of the front page of the notes. That way I know that they read something cool, they learned something, and that they actually did their work, and they're turning it in like that. When they complete it, they get a box that looks like this. And again, up here at the top, it shows them what they have to write in the box. They're going to write in the box. Then they're going to add an attachment. They're going to choose a file and choose the picture that they took of their page. Now, this is the kind of thing that I would like you guys at home to be able to look at and ask your kid how they're doing. You can look at their quests. You can take a look at their completed quests. Say, hey, how are you doing? Have you gotten to the Miniboss challenge yet? Where are you? So when you talk to your kids about Game Lab, they can actually open this up at home if you have Wi-Fi, and they can show you how they're doing. So, guys, the other thing, I just mentioned a Miniboss challenge. In a video game, a Miniboss would be a check waypoint, right? There's a small boss that you have to beat to show your skills to make sure that you're ready to go for the big boss. Well, in this game lab, a Miniboss would be a quiz. So maybe a 10 to 15 to 20 point quiz about the information you should have already learned up to that point. For this case, the first Miniboss is going to be about skeleton, so it'll be about the bones. The kids are going to need to know the bones of the body, and they're going to need to know some facts about the bones, like what holds the bones together, what is cartilage, what is bone marrow, stuff like that. And when they're doing that, they get 2 chances to get it right. For the most part. What we want to do is we're trying to teach a little more mastery learning rather than just show me what you know and don't know. We want them to actually understand the information. Like when you guys are at work, you don't just get one shot a lot of times. You don't just get one shot to get the paperwork correct. Usually they'll give you a chance to get it right. If you have a physical job, like you're going to be working construction, you're allowed to, you learn from watching others. You learn from doing. You get better with time and age, and you understand what you're doing. That's kind of what we want the kids to be able to do. So the whole thought process behind doing this game lab, the biggest thing is choice. Giving the kids the choice to do what they would like to do. This bonus level is one of those examples of some fun things that the kids get to do. They're going to make a 3-minute video about a healthy joint. I have a video on how to use iMovie, a video on how to do iMovie basics, and a movie trailer. And then they get to show it off in class if they want to do the bonuses. Not every kid wants to do it. Not every kid has to do it. It's a choice. They can choose to do what they want. Now, as a teacher, what that allows me to do is not to just stand up in front of everybody demanding that they listen, explaining stuff, and really sometimes not knowing until the quiz happens. I don't know all the time if a kid is getting it or not. I can ask them that, and they'll nod their head, but it's not always true. With this kind of thing, they're going to be turning it into me, and when they turn it in, I'm going to see what they're doing. Let me show you an example of what I see as how I grade their work. So yes, my gamer tag is actually Mr. Bongo Clown. I thought it'd be fun for them. Let's see. Quest Approver. This is what it's going to look like when we do a quest. So here's one called Are You Tired Yet? And this was a lab that the kids did. Now, this kid had to turn in an image. And when they did that, I can look at the image. I can see what it says. I can see how they did it, and then their questions. They were supposed to take a picture of their conclusion. And they were supposed to take a picture of their graph. So here's a picture of their graph. Now, if I wanted to, I could actually download that into my Notability. I can draw on it back and send it back to them if I don't like it. So when I approve something, I can approve it, and I can click on a reward if I deem it worthy. Or if I don't like it, I can return it, and I can make a comment. It says, you didn't do a very good job. I think this is what you need to work on. This question is not correct. This one is. Whatever. I can even add an attachment if I want to do a PDF or something and send it to them. Say, hey, read this. It might help you. And then I submit it and I give it back to them. So I've already looked at this one, so I'm going to say you're approved. I'm going to submit it, and then we move on. So this is a brief overview. I know it seems like it's long, but I could go on for an hour probably. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please, please, please ask your teacher about anything in Game Lab. If they don't know the answer, they'll bring the question to me and I can help. I am an expert in this. I've done it for 1.5 years now. So if there's any troubles, I can help out. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope this was very informative to you.